Technology is just not our friend today, Cody, as we've had to now do 4 separate streams for this game. So we apologize for anything that we have missed. Big rush by the Saints as they've gotten to within 10. Marley Johnson hit a big 3 that you guys missed because of that, issues. So we're trying. So hopefully the men's game goes a little bit smoother. Here's a 2-pointer, and that one no good.
That time.
And now here's Johnson.
Saints have brought the point deficit down to 10.
So Johnson moves to the inside, floater free throw line, in and out, rebounded by Patterson, and she's got it, but it's into the hands now of Stuckey. So now Stuckey over to Miller, back over to Ramon. Ramon gets it to Miller, gets it to Ramon. She's going to take a 3, and it's off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Hoyleman, and that one is aggressive there as Patterson went down, but she was able to get up very quickly. And now Hoyleman brings it back across as she waits on the logo. Gets it over to Kosmicki. Looking now, gets it inside to Johnson. Johnson gets it tipped, and it's out of play. Possession back to Mount Hood with 7.5 minutes to go in regulation. And like you said, Cody, just a 10-point game. So we'll see how much aggressiveness that both teams have in these final 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, and the aggressiveness has went up tenfold in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Johnson, 2-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Mizuna. And now here come the Riverhawks. Ramon to the inside, puts up the 2, and she puts it in, and it's a 12-point lead. Kosmicki gets the inbound pass. Kosmicki backs up now. Looks to get a pass across. She goes to Hoyleman, who motions her to that left side. Now looks, gets it back over to Kosmicki at the top of the key now. Kosmicki motioning Johnson forward. Johnson inside now, Hoyleman spinning, puts up the shot, can't put it in, and it's rebounded by the Riverhawks as they bring it back up left to right here. Here's Stuckey. Stuckey on the right, moves up, puts it up, no good, and the travel call is going to be called, and Mount Hood is going to get the basketball. So here's Hoyleman, brings it up for the Saints. As they try to get one final rush here in the fourth quarter. Patterson over to Kosmicki, back over to Johnson. Johnson over to Kosmicki. Kosmicki to Hoyleman. Now looking, kicks it back out to Johnson. Over to Knutson, back out Johnson. Johnson, 3, no good, and rebounded by Stuckey. Stuckey moves the dribble, now gets it back across. Over to the right side to Ramon, gets it back to Stuckey. Now across, Robles to Ramon for 3. It is no good. Rebounded, reversed, and in. So now Johnson inbounds it to Kosmicki as we dip under 6 minutes remaining. Kosmicki over to Knutson, back out to Johnson. Johnson to Hoyleman. Hoyleman looking, loses the ball, gets it back out. Patterson up and in. Big one there, gets it back 12, 71-59, 5:37 to go. So here's Robles as she brings it up now for the Riverhawks. Gets it across now to that right corner. Gets it back now, tipped and into the hands of Knutson, and the Saints will start the pressure again the other way. Knutson, long pass to the corner, Hoyleman. Back over to Kosmicki. Kosmicki now to Knutson. Gets it back to Johnson. Johnson's going to take a 3. She hit it!
Big shot.
How about that one from Johnson? Late rush. Saints now only down by 9 with 5 to go. So now here come the Riverhawks as it's Mizuna. Mizuna gets it back over to Miller. Back over Robles. Now here's Ramon. Ramon moves, inside jumper, good. Puts them back up by 11. So now here's Hoyleman, brings it up now for the Saints. Moves across now to that right side. Looking, gets it to Knutson. Back over Kosmicki to the corner for Johnson. Another 3 on the way. Off the iron, no good. Patterson there to put it in. Here's Ramon. It is a 9-point game. 4:25 remaining. Here is Robles. Robles, guarded by 2 defenders, gets it to Miller. Miller to the inside. Here's a 2-pointer in, and no, but a foul. as that one is Mizuna who couldn't put it in, but the foul is going to be called against Mount Hood, against Kosmicki. And now we have some substitutions here for both teams.
Did the shot not go in?
As the Riverhawks sub 2 players, Saints sub 3 players. The shot did not go in, but it is a foul, so free throws will be attempted as soon as we end the media timeout. So with 4:16 to go, it is a 9-point game, 73-64, and some big key threes that the Saints have hit. They got to hit a couple more before the clock strikes 0.
Into the single digits, though. Oh. No. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought that was 54 to 73. I was like, whoa.
But with free throws coming up, it can go back up to a
Yeah.
double-digit lead. So Saints have to
Who's our shooter?
be alert.
Who's shooting free throws and their percentage?
So it will be Mizuna to shoot free throws. And looking at her percentage on the season, I listed it earlier, but just in case we might have cut out or nobody heard, she is a 64% free throw shooter this season. So here with the final 4:16 remaining, I mean, this could still very well be a very close game, Cody. Just got to see a lot more on offense for the Saints. Riverhawks have been absolutely kind of dominating inside the lane, creating that pressure for the Saints, drawing those fouls and being able to put up contested shots. So we'll see what the Saints can do here in the final 4.25 minutes. As out of the timeout now, Coach Brown giving his team some final encouragement as they have a tough stretch to the end of the season, finishing out the final 4 minutes here against Umpqua and then going down to Lane tomorrow. And Lane, who dominated them in their first meeting back on January 21st, as the first free throw is good, and it's a 10-point lead for Umpqua. So 74-64 with still a second free throw for Mizuna. And this one is up, and it is good. So now the Saints going quickly now as Kosmicki gets the inbound pass. Now moves it across, gets it to Kennard. Kennard looking back across now to Meek. Meek over, now gets it back to Kennard. Kennard gonna take a three. It's off the front iron, no good, and rebounded by Miller. So Miller gets it across now to Stuckey. Stuckey now to the inside, gets it back out Miller. Miller over, gets it back to Miller. Miller looking, gets it back across now to Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh to Elliott. Elliott back over Fitzhugh. Looking for somebody. She moves inside, gets it back out Stuckey. 2-pointer up and good. So it's 13-point lead once again for the Riverhawks. Here's Knutson. Brings it up for the Saints. As Knutson now backs up to the hash. Gets it to Kosmicki. Kosmicki moves around. Now puts it up herself and puts it in. So Kosmicki puts the Saints back to within 11 with 3:13 to go. Intercepted.
Great pressure.
So now
See right there was some great pressure by the Saints. That's what we're going to need to see for the last 3 minutes of this game.
So Mizuna is called for the foul. Saints basketball down 11 with just over 3 minutes remaining here in regulation. Kennard now will inbound it to Johnson. Gets it over to Kosmicki. Got a block from Kennard. Now Johnson gets it back over. Got tipped and now into the backcourt. Kosmicki's got it. It was tipped, so there is no backcourt violation as Kosmicki brings it up. Here's Kosmicki, gets it back out now to Knutson. Knutson looking, back out Kosmicki. Kosmicki, three on the way, off the iron, no, tipped it into the hands of Fitzhugh. So here come the Riverhawks with 2 3/4 minutes to go. Elliott gets it back over now to Miller. Miller inside now. Tries to put up a 2, no good, but a foul is called, and it'll send Mizuna back to the line. So Johnson there is going to be called for the foul with just about 2.5 minutes remaining. There's now substitutions for both teams. Meek checks out. Patterson goes back in, and it looks like for the Riverhawks, Robles is back into the game. Now the first free throw on the way for Mizuna is good. So that puts it at a 12-point lead. And here's the second free throw on its way. Off, no good. Rebounded by the Riverhawks. They got an offensive rebound. P2 gets it back now to Robles. Robles dribbles it to the top of the key. Now gets it back over to Miller. Miller back now. Fitzhugh gets it back over to Miller. Miller inside now. Here's Mizuna. Can't put it in, but she is fouled again. And back to the line she goes. And Kosmicki is going to be called for the foul. So Mizuna, who went 1 for 2 in her last trip, with the Riverhawks up by 12, will miss the first. And now the second free throw on the way is good. So that makes it a 13-point lead now for Umpqua, 79-66. Here's Kennard. She brings it up for Mount Hood. Motioning her teammates forward, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson to Kosmicki in the corner. Back out Kennard. Kennard now looking. Moves to the inside. Now gets it to Kosmicki. Kosmicki contested 2, no good, but she's fouled. So the foul there is going to go against Fitzhugh. And it will allow Kosmicki to shoot 2 free throws. With 2:08 to go, and she misses the first. And like you said, Cody, I mean, these free throws are important when you're down by 13 with just 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Now, second free throw, try to put him within a dozen, is good. So 79-67, 2:07 to go. And now it is going to be Robles to bring it up for the Riverhawks. Robles got a tip out of bounds, but
Defense.
possession is going to be retained by Umpqua with 2:01 to go here in the fourth.
I gotta say, Umpqua's bigs are making it difficult to score in the paint, and they're making it difficult to defend on the defensive side.
So now Hollinstead puts in the rebound, and now Umpqua back up by 14. Here's Kennard, gets it over to Knutson. Back across now to Kennard, over to Johnson, over to Kosmicki. Kosmicki inside, now puts up a contested 2, puts it in! Kosmicki contested, intercepted by Johnson. Johnson gets it back out, Knutson, over to Kennard. Kennard, a 3, off the iron, no, and rebounded by Hollinstead. 89 seconds remaining. Saints trying to go aggressive, and now we have a timeout on the floor by Umpqua. So with 86 seconds to go, it is a 12-point game once again, and Umpqua basketball out of the timeout. So coming up next is the men. Same 2 teams. As we take a look, kind of a preview here, the Umpqua men 16-10 overall. They are 8-6 in conference play. They're on a 2-game winning streak after losing 2 straight in a row, or after losing 4 straight games. For the men, they are 9-15. They've won their last 5 of 6. They're on a 3-game winning streak. The last time these 2 teams played, it was a 76-67 Umpqua win on January 28th. So a very close game, and Mount Hood still trying to make that push for the postseason. And their coach, Alex Lewell, has been very, very energetic in their games. I was watching him in the game against Clackamas on Wednesday, and he was just very ecstatic. And it turned into what was just a 4-point win, getting down to the wire in the second half. And these guys can play teams tight. So this one's going to be a huge game for Mount Hood and Umpqua, both teams, considering both of them still very much in the race for a postseason spot.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Well, the song they're playing is just like, where's the hood? Mount Hood.
That's what you're going to get here in Gresham.
I'm punny, dude. I'm punny.
So we'll have a separate stream for the men's game. And as they celebrate sophomore night, it'll be the final game for players such as Will Wilson, Gabe Sorensen, Cam Vaughn, and Nick Fowler, and William Chen as well. I believe those are all the sophomores on the men's team. We'll have to check as well. They'll have all the festivities going on, as it looks like they're setting up in next to us, as we are just over a minute to go here in the women's game. As now it will be inbounded by Fitzhugh, gets it into Hollinstead. Hollinstead now guarded by two defenders, now loses it, and Kosmicki trying to make the play, and now the Saints do indeed get it as Kosmicki gets it over to Johnson. Now they have to reset, gets it to Patterson. Patterson inside, got it blocked, poked away. Here come the Riverhawks, as now it is Miller, gets it over now to Robles. 1 minute remaining here in the game. Robles moves over to that right side. Now gets it back, intercepted Kosmicki, tipped, and back to Robles. Mount Hood trying to play aggressive, they cannot, and possession is going to go back to Umpqua. So they're going to look to see who it went out of bounds on.
It was off 25.
So it is Mount Hood basketball. With 49 seconds remaining, as Kennard brings it up. Now Johnson gets it to Kosmicki. Kosmicki to Kennard. Kennard, a three. It's off the iron, no. Johnson's got it. Johnson contested two, off the iron, no. Knutson tries to make the save, and now we got a whistle and a foul on the floor. So Knutson is going to be called for the foul, and it is going to be free throws now for Robles. As we look at her free throw percentage on the season, she is a 61% free throw shooter. Umpqua up by a dozen and now up by 13, 82-69 with 32.4 seconds to go. The Saints, who had won 2 straight games earlier last month, now about to drop their 3rd straight, as now we have a buzzer and substitutions for the Saints. And one last time that Meek and McCray get to play in front of their home fans as Knutson and Kosmicki check out. Still one more game. Hoyleman will get to play as well as Patterson will come out of the game. Final 30 seconds here in Gresham, as Kennard will bring it up. As Kennard now gets it back over to Hoyleman. Hoyleman back outside McCray, but it's intercepted, and the shot clock is off, so Umpqua can just hold out unless Mount Hood decides to foul. Robles moves to the inside, now gets it back out. Now down to 12 seconds, and they are just going to hold it. So gets it over now. Fitzhugh, 6 seconds to go. Back across now, Miller, 3 seconds and 2. Poked away Johnson, and Johnson just tries to do it. It won't count, but that is going to do it for game 1 as the Umpqua Riverhawks get an 83-69 win against the Saints on their final game here in Gresham. So they shake hands as the Saints will finish the season tomorrow down in Eugene against Lane. 24-1 on the season. As for Umpqua, they will be at home one final time tomorrow versus Clark. 10-16 on the season. So a couple of games to keep an eye on tomorrow as we get set for the guys as they are coming up next. In about 20 minutes, we'll join you then. Once again, the final score, 83-69. Umpqua beats Mount Hood. Any final thoughts, Mr. Runsville? I suppose he does not have any final thoughts. So we
Oh, sorry.
will. Do you have any final thoughts on this game?
Pardon I was kind of focusing in on the men's, kind of just getting my initial thoughts on the men's. Are you asking about the previous game? Yeah.
Your thoughts on the
It
women's game?
was an unfortunate loss. I'd say it was just even if all free throws were made, it still would have been. I still think they would have been in a 5-point deficit, even if they made all their free throws. So it was just it was a great effort. Unfortunately, Umpqua just had more aggression, I'd say, in the third quarter. Number 5 with 14 points in the third quarter.
Ramon, hitting her first four
those
threes.
were very big points, which just it was a late answer for the Saints, and ultimately cost them the loss.
So the men's game coming up next. We will join you for that. Make sure to stay tuned. Once again, the final score here. It is an 83-69 win for the Riverhawks.